infrastructure, that is roads, electricity, health facilities, basic amenities, sanitation, water. These are the basic, for him, development. For an educated person, development would mean employment opportunities, enterprise development opportunities, opportunities for better education for the families, opportunities for better healthcare services. Then, now this concept of development varies and changes from place to place, region to region, like in rural, between rural and urban and remote far-flung area. Their development means they want a road where there is no road. So the importance of development is known to policy planners, known to the people, and known to the academic also. Now, this school has developed 5 programs, 4 directly hitting the development aspects, and these programs have both masters and diploma. So I am going to discuss the relevance and importance of these programs for everyone, directly, whether he is a student or he is aspiring to be a job hunter, looking for an opportunity, or a person who is staying in a very remote area and does not know that what are the options, how society is changing. So these programs of the school, that is, the programs are postgraduate diploma in development studies, masters in development studies, then postgraduate diploma, PG diploma in urban planning and development, masters in urban studies, then masters in corporate social responsibility, PG diploma in corporate social responsibility. Then we have one flagship program, that is postgraduate diploma in animal welfare program. Apart from this, school has recently launched one program, that is postgraduate diploma in population and family health studies and PG diploma in population and family health studies. Now you must have found that all these programs have development components directly or indirectly in some way or the other way. So today we are going to discuss the importance of all these development related programs of the school. Students who have taken admission in any of the programs of the university, it will help them to understand their discipline also, and they can correlate whatever discipline, whatever course they are doing with society, with development. They can relate it in their own vicinity, in their own areas, that how that particular course is going to benefit them in undertaking some new assignment, in undertaking new future career, or understanding how the society is being governed, how development takes place, what is the role of people in a society, role of development agencies in contributing to the development, role of different stakeholders, be a society, be a resident welfare association. So all these things I'll be touching upon. So let me start with PG diploma in urban planning and development and masters in urban studies. Now why I am starting this particular discussion from urban studies and PG diploma in urban planning and development, because we all know the rate at which the influx of position is the reality of world now. And as you will find I'll give some important data that India, is one of the fastest urbanizing countries in the world. And it is the second largest urban system in the world. Now there are at present 33% population which is totally urbanized. And these 33 very soon, as we all experience, we find that the urban cities are being flooded by people who are migrating, coming to stay for better opportunities. So we find that it is there already. So we need to understand development from urban perspective. What is the role of development in urban areas and what are the sectors? So this particular program addresses all these issues relating to urban population, urban infrastructure, urban finance, urban ecology and environment. Now, in India, we all know that there are 4 metropolitan cities and they account for 15% of population. Why I am telling you all this is because the courses which a school has developed addresses the issue of metropolitan cities, where we find that during monsoon rainy season roads are flooded. During summer season there is a scarcity and paucity of potable water, drinking water. Pollution is very high. So these issues will be discussed and they are there in some form or the other, like urban transport, urban ecology environment, importance of urban open spaces. So these things will be discussed, are there. So when you study these particular PG diploma in urban planning and development, you will be correlating and understanding these issues. Now, we all know that urbanization has happened very rapidly and very sustainable, you can say, in few states. Like Tamil Nadu is a state where it is the most urbanized state in India, followed by Maharashtra and Gujarat, and Himachal Pradesh is the least urbanized state. Now, why this has happened? And but we still find that when there is a paucity of water, it is affecting Tamil Nadu also, Maharashtra also. When there is a flood, it is happening in Gujarat also. So, how to understand the correlation between the resource management, natural resource management, management of rivulets, water bodies in these urban areas, rivers, and population, like the slum population which is in the peri-urban areas, population which is coming up on the far-flung in the remote sides of the urban areas. Now, these unplanned settlements also contribute to pollution and also they choke the drainage system of urban areas. Most of these shanty towns, you can say, or slums which has come up, or unplanned settlements, they have grown either in the low-lying areas, on the rivulets, or on the, what we find that on the Nala side, or near a water body, a pond or a river side, and they have choked the outflow of water from these cities. So, the problem, we know what happens. And they also, around the Yamuna river, we find that the riverbed, the marshy land on both sides of the Yamuna, if we do agriculture, as we find that vegetables are being cultivated, people are settling down. So that means the porosity of these marshy land we are evading, we are destroying. Because these marshy lands, they act as a sponge. They absorb water during monsoon season when there is a access of water, and they release water to the river when there is a paucity of water during lean period. Now, if we do activities, settlement activities into these marshy lands, so this particular service of marshy land or river beds is getting disturbed and destroyed. And so we find these kinds of ecological environmental problems. Apart from that, we also find that there is a loss of biodiversity of all kinds, because the underneath microbes, the variety of flora, fauna, insects, they all, because of this pollution, because of this is getting disturbed, their habitat is getting disturbed. So we need a comprehensive understanding. So that's why PG diploma in urban planning and development and masters in urban planning and development is very important for students and for people, even those who have leisure time, have retired, even they can take up these courses. I will just show what are the courses which are there in PG diploma in urban planning and development and masters in urban studies. Now here, these are the courses. Now course number 1 is Introduction to Urban Development. Now this particular course introduces about importance of urbanization, what are the various theories of urban development, what are the theories of planning, what is the importance of development vis-a-vis urban development vis-a-vis rural development, migration of people, then issues and challenges in urban planning and development, the next particular course. This course discusses all the issues and challenges. Now what are the issues? Population is an issue, settlement is an issue, water is an important issue, pollution is an important issue, and challenges how to manage these issues. So all these are being discussed, have been discussed at length in this particular, and they also highlight the importance of, say, urban forest, urban open land, the open field you can say, parks. Water bodies is a very important component. You know, most of the cities have developed either on the side of a river, or they had traditional few ponds, lakes, water bodies. And these water bodies provided various kinds of ecological services. So all this have been discussed at length. So understanding is very much important for all the residents of urban areas, that how to protect their water bodies in urban areas, so that during lean period they don't face water paucity and the temperature of the city does not go beyond a tolerant level. Now, third course is Dynamics of Urban Planning and Development. Now, this dynamics is very important. It discusses what are the changes that is happening. Education, infrastructure, variety of, we find that roads, flyovers, metro roads are being constructed to facilitate the movement of people residing in urban areas. Then hospitals, health services of all kinds, private and government hospitals, to look after, to cater to the health services requirement of the people residing in urban areas. Now, then infrastructure of including schooling, teaching, colleges, universities, technical universities. So these are the infrastructure. These are the infrastructure which is there, which is increasing, ever increasing because of the population. So it is, these things have been discussed in the dynamics of urban planning and development. Then there's project work, but apart from project work, which is not compulsory, You can take a optional, but for those who wants to have a hands-on feeling on the project writing, to understand the urban issues, do a practical project, so they can take up a small study and they can feel the importance of, or feel the issues, what they will be learning or what they have learnt in other areas. Then there are two more courses, development issues and perspectives. Now here different development perspectives have been discussed, so that we all understand that what are the different options of development, different ways in which development has happened worldwide between the capitalist countries, communist countries, erstwhile communist countries, or developing countries. They have a different model and perspective of development. Then ecology and environment, it is a separate course also, but these issues have been discussed, very elementary has been discussed earlier, but this particular course discusses in detail. So this is what urban planning and development caters to you, discusses in regarding how development in urban area is very important, and the rate at which urbanization is increasing. If we are going to have almost 45% urban population, so we need to see that our development is sustainable. There is no paucity of water, and all these things will happen only when more and more people in urban areas start understanding and respecting their urban ecology, start understanding the importance of less population. Although we cannot stop people migrating from rural to urban areas, but if same infrastructure is created in rural areas also, so that will definitely slow down the migration from rural to urban areas. So in general, this is what we have discussed in these courses, that is urban planning and development and masters in urban studies. Now let's take the other programs, which is masters in development studies. Now most of the things which have come up in urban planning and development, they are also there in development studies, but there they have been discussed at length in details. Now, theories of development, how societies have progressed, have developed. Initially, we all know how we moved from agrarian society to industrial, to service-based society, to before that there is a phase of mercantile economy when trade and commerce that led to formation, creation, sprouting of new cities on the port sides. How trading through boats and ships started initially, and gradually how roads played a major role in development sectors, different development sectors. Now, development theories, this is very important because this is directly related to evolution of societies in different parts of the world. How societies have evolved and developed, and how the present day capitalist economy has perfected itself, and they boast and claim to be the masters of development. This capitalist economy, they claim that their model of development is the perfect model. Now that is partly due to the failure of socialist economy or socialist form of governments in Soviet Union and little bit in China, and because of internal, what we call disturbances and some flaws in the socialist theories. So we those things have also been touched on. Now, dynamics of development, issues and challenges of development, as we discussed in earlier courses, that earlier program of urban planning and development. But here we have focused, these programs are focusing more on the theoretical aspect and evolution of and development and growth of different sectors of development, how agriculture has developed, what role agriculture played in the development of a society, and what is the contribution of agriculture in the development of a society and a country. Same for industry, manufacturing sector. How much manufacturing sector contribute to the GDP of a particular nation or a society? How much employability is there in manufacturing sector? And what are the roles of service sector for the development of the society? How service sector plays a very important role today and has surpassed manufacturing sector, that is the industrial development and agriculture development. Now more and more people are absorbed and employed in the service sector, and role of service sector has become very large. Service sector plays a very important role in hotel industry, in transportation industry, in communication, in the development of infrastructure for manufacturing and development sector. So students who are directly related to development studies or any programs relating to development or in any programs of social sciences, where if they understand these aspects, they can correlate their particular discipline with development and with society and with their history. They can relate that. They can see in their own ways that how things have happened, things are changing, and they can predict that in what direction, which discipline or which areas will take up the society. Then development in India, another particular course, it discusses especially about India, that how in India, after colonization, when the colonial countries, they left India, what were their strategies for education, for development, how train from Bombay to Thana when they started, what was the role of communication or expansion of train and ship communication in their administration, and how society has evolved in India. What was the role of different principalities, independent principalities, and how much they have contributed to the development sector. So, in brief, there is another course that is gender and development. So there, the role of gender is very important. When we talk of society, when we talk of development, without gender, agriculture, household, there they play a very major pivotal role in development, and they contribute substantially. So this particular course has gone at length to discuss their role in development. Similarly, there are other courses which talks of health and development. Urban development is also one particular course here. So in general, we find that development studies touches upon all the facets of life of people residing in either rural areas or urban areas. And they can relate that what has happened, why their area is more developed, why their area is less developed, what are the opportunities which is likely to come for development, and which will be there as an option for employment. What is the role of education? What is the role of marketing in development? So these are some of the components which you will be understanding and correlating. The other programs, now again due to paucity of time, I could not discuss, but they also touch upon all the aspects of development, population and family health studies. Now population, I will just say a few points before I wind up, that population is both. It gives it plays a major role in giving opportunities, creating new opportunities, and also it eats away the resources and it makes the country poor. So it is up to the planners how they see that in what way population, how to strike a balance, how to take the dividend of the population, what we call the advantage of population. So all these things will have been discussed in studies in the programs relating to population and family health studies. And the other program, that is animal welfare program, touches upon the importance of all the livestock, pet animals, how their care is important for a society which talks of development and humanity. So in general, I hope I have given a brief feedback of development and what are the issues that you will be understanding if you take up these courses, which is being offered from the School of Extension and Development Studies on different aspects of development. Thank you very much.
We wear clothes on a daily basis. But have we ever wondered, where do our clothes come from? Who makes our clothing? And who are the people and the process responsible for the whole manufacturing of our clothing? If you want to know more about this, Indira Gandhi National Open University from the School of Continuing Education has launched a program which is Certificate in Apparel Merchandising. There are many benefits after doing this program. You can become a designer in various fields. It can be fashion designer, apparel designer, costume designer, or even a textile designer. One can also work as a fashion consultant. Research and development is another field which one can take up after doing this certificate course. Going into academics is another perk after doing this program. Getting into fashion houses or fashion studios as an intern is also a very good option post doing the certificate in apparel merchandising. The basic eligibility of the program is 10+2. The duration of the program is 6 months to 2 years. The program is also available for both the admission cycles, which is July and January. The exams are conducted twice a year, in June and December. So what are you waiting for? Join this program and get an enriching knowledge in the field of apparel merchandising. And to do so, you can log on to the official website of the university, www.ignou.ac.in.